Hello, my fourth graders. Today we are doing vocabulary lesson number 3, and this can be done on Tuesday or Wednesday because today we're going to talk about a strategy that is not listed on our chart. And what that strategy is called is a footnote. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and read the article to you, and you're going to see the words that are vocabulary words in this article, and we're going to go ahead and use this strategy of circling the words to make sure that we know what those words are because we know there's going to be a question on them. Okay, this article is How to Spy on Sharks. You know, it isn't just because we're going to have a quiz about these words. I want you guys to know that. The whole purpose of this is as you're reading your Good Fit books, which should be a little bit harder for you than normal, you are going to come across words that you don't know. So I want you to be able to figure out what those words mean so you can enjoy your text. And you can learn to love reading because you know what everything means. Okay, it's so important to Miss Carlton that you learn to love reading. And believe me, I still come across words that I don't know. And I have to use these strategies myself to figure out what these words mean. Okay, so this is not just about questions on quizzes. It's about becoming a lifelong learner and a lifelong reader. So, this article is called How to Spy on Sharks. You can see that there's some subtitles here. Subtitles, fish finders, saving sharks, and on the back, that's it, just 2 subtitles. Okay. The title is called How to Spy on Sharks. Fish finders. A pointy gray fin, a toothy smile. Almost everyone knows what a shark looks like, but scientists don't know much about how the big fish live. That is starting to change. Scientists have been collecting information about sharks around the world with satellite tracking tags. And this is in bold, so I'm going to circle it. Researchers place the tags into the flesh of a shark and release the fish into the water. The tags collect information about where the sharks travel and how deep and fast they swim. Scientists program the tags to stay fastened to the shark for a certain amount of time and then pop off and float to the ocean's surface. Then the tags send the information they gathered to a satellite in space, which transmits the information to the scientists. Wow, I did not know that. Satellite tags help scientists learn which shark species migrate, there we go, migrate, move from one area to another, where they go and what they do there. Last year, researchers tracked a great white shark that traveled from Africa to Australia and back. The shark, nicknamed Nicole, swam 12,400 miles in 9 months. That's halfway around the planet. Saving sharks. People often think of a shark as a fearsome killer, but the truth is that people pose a great danger to sharks. Shark attacks always make the news, but they are rare. The International Shark Attack File says that on average, sharks kill 5 to 15 people a year worldwide. Every summer, the number of shark attacks begins to rise compared with previous, that is a vocabulary word, so I am circling it, previous months. But researchers say it is not because the sharks are more aggressive, circle that. The reason for the increase is that people are spending more time in the water, surfing, swimming, and fishing in shark habitat. Still, an attack is very unlikely. A person is 30 times more likely to be killed by lightning than by a shark. Meanwhile, fishermen kill about 100 million sharks each year. Populations of great white sharks and other species are shrinking. Scientists hope to discover important areas where sharks like to spend time so those areas can be protected. Okay. Here's a little cutout that they've put on here. It's just like some really cool information, but it's not related to the main idea of the article. So this is called Shark Sub. Ocean explorer Fabien Cousteau has created a shark-shaped submarine. Cousteau, the grandson of famed ocean explorer Jacques Cousteau, has traveled inside the shark sub to see how sharks behave when they don't know they are being watched. Okay. So now that I've read everything, I want to bring your attention, that's my at-home keyboard and desk that you're looking at. I want you to notice that with some of the vocabulary words, right up here there is a number. Okay? There's a number 1. There's a number 2. And there is a number 3. Now, what we're going to talk about today are footnotes. And as you get older, you are going to find more and more footnotes in your text. And what footnotes do is give you more information. And in this instance, the information they're giving you is the meaning of these vocabulary words. So I want you to look at the bottom of your page, and you can see right here the number 1. This information goes with the number 1 up here, and it's called a footnote. This is the footnote right here. Okay? And the number 1 is the marker that tells you what footnote you should be looking at for this word. So the first one is a satellite tracking tag. And it says that a satellite tracking tag is a small device inserted into the skin of an animal that collects information and sends that information to, to satellites. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know that you weren't looking at that. Let me read it again. Satellite tracking tags. Small devices inserted into the skin of an animal that collect information and send that information to satellites. That is your footnote right there. All right. On the back half of your article, you can see that we have right here the number 2. I kind of like wrote over it. There's your number 2, and right here we have the number 3. So when you see those numbers, you should know to look at the bottom of your page because there's going to be some notes for you. And like I said, in this instance, the notes are the meanings of the vocabulary words. So there's number 2. The word is previous, and the definition that they give you are the ones that came before. Number 3 is aggressive, and that means showing readiness to attack. So these are giving you the definitions as a footnote instead of the other strategies on our strategy chart. So please, let's go back to page 52 in our, 53. We're going to page 53. And we are going to write the word footnote. The definition of that is a marked word or phrase that has more information at the bottom of the page. All right. I hope you could see all that. A marked word or phrase that has more information at the bottom of the page. Now we're going to look at that one word that does not have a footnote and try to figure out what the author used to let us know what the meaning of the word was. And that vocabulary word was migrate. And migrate means move. It's right here. It's in a positive. The author is giving you the definition right in the sentence. So migrate means move from one area to another. And instead of using the word or, the author used a set of parentheses. There's an open parenthesis right there and a closed parenthesis right there to indicate the definition of the word. Okay? So that is in a positive. Now take your journal and go to a positive. And here we have the word or, and we can also put in a set of parentheses so that we know when we see these parentheses, there's a good chance for vocabulary words that the definition is going to be inside of there. Okay, so that's all for our third lesson in vocabulary in context. And you can be doing this on Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, so I'll see you for lesson 4. Bye-bye. Included in lesson 4, I believe, we have the set of questions right here. I would like you to answer these questions and turn in this little mini quiz to me, including number 5, what does migrate mean? You can go back to your text to answer these questions. This written answer needs to be in a complete sentence, including capitalization and punctuation. You will be graded on that. Also spelling, because the answer is in the text for you. All you have to do is copy. So I'm going to read the questions and answers, and then you can answer them and hand this in to me. How to spy on sharks? Questions. A satellite tracking tag, A, is attached to the flesh of a shark. B, tracks where the shark goes. C, sends information to satellites in space. D, all of the above. Number 2, sharks are most often killed by A, fishermen, B, killer whales, C, other sharks, D, surfers. Number 3, the number of people killed by sharks in a year is A, 1 to 3, B, 50 to 75, C, 100 to 125, D, none of the above. Number 4, a shark's habitat is A, their favorite food, B, where they live, C, their enemy, D, on land. Number 5, what does migrate mean? And that is the end of the quiz. Please turn it in to me in the basket on my desk. Thank you.